Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to see what happened to my trade last week, and before we begin, I just want to put a disclaimer saying that this is not a financial advice video. I'm not here telling you what to buy or to sell. Please do your own research, and if you feel like joining alone, please invest only what you could afford to lose. With that out of the way, let's dive into it. So, a brief recap. This is week 4 of my journey to double my money. Crypto that I'm trading is still got a game. So far, I have invested $388.33, which I put another $22 last week. And last week also, I managed to earn some profit of 56 cents. I know it is not that much, but remember that I'm playing it for a long term or long strategy. My goal for the first trade is still $800, and the end goal of this journey is $10 million. Seems like it is impossible. You know what? Nothing is impossible in crypto. With that out of the way, let's have a look at the chart for this week. Okay, so what happened last week is that you can see that my previous buy order not been triggered yet. You can see that the price already exploded. So let's do some calculation from this lower week to the highest week. You can see that the price exploded 60%. But if let's say last week I entered the trade on the spot, the price when I was making the video is around this area. So let's calculate it. I could have made a 13.9%, but it did not happen. So we can't really cry over a spilled milk. The price exploded during the night. I already fall asleep at that time, so I could not re-enter it. If you can see that the price re-enter back into the zone, since I already fall asleep, I could not enter it. So that's the downside of manually trading. If you're not looking at the chart, you can lose this opportunity for a good trade, and that's why some people use a bot trading, because all you need to do is configure your bot trading, and then it will buy and sell it according to the configuration. I decided to trade on my own as a plus side also, because I can improve my technical analysis skills to see if my technicals are correct or not. So anyway, what past is past. I know that the chart is a little bit crowded, but I'm going to explain you what happened. So you can see that I have a couple of new trades, which is the 6, 7, and 8. So I will tell you what happened for each trade. So for the 6th trade is my first re-enter in the market with the $22 that I deposited earlier last week. My entry point is using this resistance. So if you can see that the previous resistance, you can see that reject the price at this area and also reject it at this recent point. So that's a really good point to re-enter, because it can be RBS, a resistance because support. I put my buy because the price already playing around this area up to 0.0529, and then I put my buy order at around here, which is at the RBS, and then we trace back and touch the resistance, and the line reject the price, which is a good entry. If you can see that from the point of my re-entry from the highest week of that is actually a profitable of 3.68%, and I'm using my 5% trade. So as it did not enter 5%, I do not exit my trade. And then when the price went down, I thought, you know what, if let's say the price went down, I could re-enter it at the same SBR, which is at this red line. So I put my buy order here, and you can see that it take my order beautifully. Only the weak touch and it reject back, and then before I know it, it already fell my 7 position, which is it hit the 5% mark. So I managed to sell my 7 trade, and I re-enter back in the market with my 8 trade. And if you can see something weird from this chart is that my 8 trade is not that far off from the exit of the 7th trade. The reason why I entered that is actually because at that time the price is actually making a ascending triangle, something like this. For this triangle to be a ascending triangle is that the candle need to close outside of the triangles. Once it close outside of the triangle, I enter. Little did I know the price is reacting to another triangle, which is this triangle. If you can see that rejected on the second triangle, and then the second triangle rejected the price, even break the ascending triangle that I thought it going to be a bullish route. Then you can see that it break the triangle, and then something happened, and now we are here. Something happened happen is that on this day, the 13th September, which is on Tuesday, you know what happened on that day? A CPI reading happened, which the market went crazy because the father of all crypto, Bitcoin, affected 5%. And if you know about crypto, if something happened to the father, every time's grandchildren, all of the beneath of the Bitcoin with affected. Gala is one of them. At that time, the price of Bitcoin fell around 5%. For Gala, it's actually more than 5%, which is around 7.7%. And now we are at here. So for this way, what we can expect from Gala. Again, there could be two possibilities, a bullish and also the bearish route. Let's start with the bullish route because we want to be positive. So my bullish view of this crypto is that it will fluctuate in this channel or tunnel, and then it will work its way up to a new price. So that's a bullish route. And let's go with the bearish route. If let's say this week Gala decided they want to be a little bit aggressive, I'm actually slightly hoping for, and let me explain. So if let's say Gala will make a bearish movement, I'm seeing that it will try to make a bearish flag, and then once the flag is completed, then it will enter my previous mentioned demand zone. It could explode into a higher price to see if it's possible or not. To know where's the bottom for flag pattern is to simply take this pole and then put it at the resistance at here. You can see that it perfectly entered the demand zone, maybe a little bit floating here, but it still managed to hit the demand zone. Previously I said that this demand zone is a really strong demand zone. So to give you an idea how powerful it is, for example, let's take the first rejection, which is around here. You can see that it managed to push the price up to 35%. So if it happened to be the same, the price could be entering at this 0.01639, which is the previous high. Realistically speaking, before we enter up there, the reasonable target would be at the 0.0583, and it is a strong resistance, a lot of retracement at this line. But if you can see that it have not been retested ever since. So I think before it went to 35% from the supply zone, I think it will retest at this line first, and then who knows what will happen. So what am I going to do for this week? Like I say in my earlier of this video, that I already invested another $22, and as at the moment I don't have any available capital at my disposal to put it into my trading account. So I think this way I'm going to just see what's the chart going to do. But like I said previously, I'm slightly hoping for the bearish movement to happen is because of that. If let's say it entered the demand zone and the price hit at 0.059 area, then I could take some of my position and exit it during that momentum. So let's see where are my exit point. So for my 8 trade, using the 5% strategy that I came up, my exit point would be 0.0549, and for my 6 trade would be at 0.54, which is about around a little bit more than 5%, but it is still 5%. And now we go to the OG, which has been sitting here for at the time I bought it was around the OG position at here, which I bought it at 19th of August, and now it's already 15th of August, so almost a month of sitting here at this position. So my initial strategy is to exit it at 2%. So my exit point is at 0.4, which actually, if you see that my 6th trade also I put it at 0.4. So I was thinking of putting the 4, 5, and 6 trade exit at the same target. But again, if theoretically the momentum, this demand zone managed to push the price to the 0.058 area, then I might as well use the 5% strategy at this 4 and 5. So if let's say I put the 5% strategy on these two trades, my exit point would be at around 0.55555, which is a really good number. I believe so, because the triple of 5. So I might just apply the 5% trade on these two. So that's pretty much it for this week video. You can show your support by clicking the like and subscribe button. If you are new to crypto and haven't yet signed up in any exchanges, please do so with my link down below in the description. With that being said, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.